following political message is brought to you by the people who support Proposition 3 and does not necessarily represent the opinions of this radio station or its listening audience.
Hi, Galileo 2333. I'd like to introduce the concept of Lolita for All.
What is Lolita for All?
That's my name for the idea that all men should have access to young, beautiful women and girls, regardless of how wealthy or how poor he is, and that we should prioritize poorer and uglier and disabled men for access to the prettiest young women.
Wait, is this an Epstein thing?
Yes. What Jeffrey Epstein and his buddies enjoyed should be available to all men. It's not just the rich and the famous. Young, attractive girls and women should be available to all men, and the price should be low. And women should be considered a resource to be exploited. And it is a renewable resource. And there should be an established program to provide women, like I talk about the draft. Women, young girls of a certain age, I would have a program where they'd have to register for kind of a draft and be, available for selection for marriage.
How do we prioritize? Who gets these young women first?
The first priority would be to provide for, poor men, who are, ugly and lonely and, disabled. And second priority would be for the white, not necessarily white. Yeah, let's say colorblind. For the middle class, suburban man who's with a wife. And the last priority for providing attractive young women is towards the angry young incels. You're going to see, this is the genius of that. I think angry young incels, angry young men who are lonely and unable to get laid, should be the last priority to be provided attractive young women. And why? Because, he still has a chance, he can still get the young woman some way. If he doesn't, eventually he's going to be an older man who's lonely and will then enter the category where I would put first priority.
But who's going to pay for this program?
The money to pay for these programs, wealthy women should be taxed to help pay for these programs, particularly wealthy elderly women. The older and the wealthier the woman is, the more she should be taxed.
If this sounds like the America you want, remember to vote yes on Proposition 3. Let's make it law.
Lolita for all.